dance for joy or lust.
Welcome to Sensible Secondhand Classics, a series where we look at practical and sensible cars that are over 15 years old, but you can buy for a budget of between £1,000 and £5,000. This is a 1999 Peugeot 306 GTi-6, but is it any good? Should you care? Let's find out, shall we? So the Peugeot 306 was launched in 1993. It replaced the 309 and remained on sale until 2001 in hatchback form, and then 2002 or 3 in other forms. It's actually very similar underneath to a Citroen ZX or Citroen Zara, and in fact this GTi-6 model was actually very, very similar underneath to a Citroen Zara VTS. I have driven one of those many, many years ago on the channel, which has the same 2 litre 167 brake horsepower engine. The base engine in a 306, which wasn't available in our market, was a 1.1, but the ones we got over here started at the 1.4 with 73 horsepower 8-valve engine. Then above that was a 89 brake horsepower 1.4 with 16 valves, which actually replaced effectively the 1.6 initially with, I think it was also 89 horsepower, the 8-valve engine, and there was also a 1.8, both with 8 and 16 valves, either about, I think it's 103 horsepower for the 8 valves, and then 112 for the 16 valves. The later 1.6s, you can get a 108 brake horsepower version. And then we go on to the 2 litres. Now, there were a few of these. One was in the XSI, which was 135 horsepower. Then there was the one in the S16, that was this car's immediate predecessor, that was 155 horsepower. And then this kind of screaming 107 brake horsepower version in this car. There are also some diesels available. But as usual, due to controversial government legislation, all kinds of other reasons, we don't talk about diesels on this channel. What an absolute delight it is to drive this fabulous car on some of the roads near where it was made on a sunny September evening. Gearbox is actually really nice on this car. The 5-speed gearboxes that came in a lot of 306s and other Peugeots at the time are a bit floppy sometimes. This one is tight as anything. It's really good. Brakes are good. Suspension's a little bit firm, but actually, compared to the modern hot hatch, it just isn't. Let's go around this roundabout on the A45. Oh my gosh. Now, the official figures say this car does 0 to 60 in 7.9 seconds, but many testers at the time said that it was way quicker than that. And oh my gosh, this car is superb. Oh my goodness me, viewers. Really responsive. Extremely good steering, nice gearbox, very responsive engine. It's brilliant, this. It's really good. The Zara is fine, but this is a lot better. I don't know why. It's just similar ingredients and things. Maybe it's just this gearbox, I don't know. It's just a fantastic car. You can see why people absolutely love these. They were introduced in about 1996, I think. So there are some very early phase 1 GTi-6s. The S16 was not very successful, actually, for some reason. I don't know why. People prefer the XSI, quite expensive car. When GTi-6 came along, though, you know, they were much more successful. You can get them in phase 1, phase 2, or phase 3, and just absolute delight. Gosh, viewers, I feel like I'm on sort of photo shoot with this car. We've got the low sun in the background here in Warwickshire. We're only a few miles from where this car was built, over at Brighton, which is, I don't know, 2-3 miles from here. So the roads around here would have been very familiar with the people who built these cars and designed them. Very late phase 2 GTi-6 this, as a 99. You can tell this actually, we've got this sort of strip at the bottom of the tailgate here, but a non-key button, if that makes sense. So we've got a mixture of sort of phase 2 and 3 parts on this. In immaculate condition. This car's actually had some paint recently. Wheels have been refurbished on it. Justin, who owns this, has lots and lots of lovely Peugeots. I've driven several of them. A 406 V6 Coupe manual, a 407 we can't discuss, a very, very nice RCZR, and a 206 Gran Turismo, which I've just had the pleasure of. But I actually personally prefer this. This is more sort of me. But you can see one that's, well, it's not modified actually, this. Just prop this up, there you go. Not modified. So, spare wheels under the floor. We can't pull the carpet up, so we won't. I think a 6-disc CD changer in here. There we go, yep, 6-disc Clarion changer. Quite a nice sized boot actually for a car like this. The speakers in here I think are standard like this actually. They've not been put in or anything. Very lovely colour this, I can't remember the name of it now, but very typical like late 90s colour, isn't it? Just delightful. Standard wheels and things. I think this car looks really good. The Pininfarina design, I think it was a Pininfarina design as far as I remember. Just right. I think the phase 3s do look ever so slightly better than this, but it's great anyway. Take a look inside. One thing we don't have in one of these is this stupid keypad immobiliser, which a lot of mid-90s Peugeot and Citroens did have. This one doesn't have that. You just put the key in and turn it, which is fantastic. I learned to drive in a 1.1 Saxo in about 2000, and that had a stupid keypad immobiliser in it, which I will... Anyway, so yes, nice sports seats in here. We will get in the back for Mr. Manning for the Matty's Cars channel, because he requires that I do that in all 2 and 3 door cars. But yeah, we'll have a look at the interior at the front first. Got an oil level and oil pressure gauge there if the camera will just stop stupidly focusing. There's the Clarion stereo, which will be a unique fit to a 306. Air conditioning of this car, I think it's automatic as well, which is nice. But yeah, very typical sort of early 90s interior. It looked quite dated, I think, by the time this car would have been made in 99. And then, of course, these were discontinued in 2001 for the hatches, 2002, I think, for the estates, and then the cabrios were about 2003. So yes, a very nice interior for the 306s. This needs some new door cards on it, but apart from that, it's very good. We got a separate control for the stereo. There we go. There's a separate control for the stereo there, which you can't see when you drive it. Never mind, at least it's there. Automatic wipers, I think we've got on here, which is good. The lights are still on this stalk, which sort of dates back to 205 times, where you kind of twist it round if you want the lights to come on like this. And we have a scary buzzer, which I don't want to repeat. 6-speed gearbox, of course, GTi-6, 6-speed. The S16, which is the previous version, didn't have that. Yeah, very nice. It is similar to, again, a Zara coupe. I drove a VTS Zara coupe a few years ago. It has the same engine in it, not the same gearbox. For some reason, they wanted this to be an exclusive, so Peugeot got to keep a 6-speed gearbox, and the Zara only has a 5-speed. Right, so let's get in here. Hopefully no one's coming to knock this door off. I'll just move it slightly here so it's less obtrusive to people passing by. Yeah, let's get in. Right, no noises of pain, like Roger Moore's stunt double from View to a Kill today. That's good. So this person can get past, never going in there, that's fine. Right, yeah, it's a lot more spacious in here than the 206 Gran Turismo to start at the first try, which is actually the same year as this. It's a 99 as well. This car feels much more old-fashioned than the 206. Of course, the design is 5 years older, so it would do. But just a lot more spacious. You've got some nice big windows in here, quarter lights in there, little compartments to put things in if you want to. Easily get 3 people in the back of here if you wanted to. And it's got 2 courtesy lights, unlike the 206, which is good. yeah, it's reasonably comfortable. We've got a lot more leg room in here. Headroom is better. Yeah, it's just a nice place to be. Obviously, you get a 5-door. The two previous 306s I've driven, one's a 94, one was a 98. Both 1.4s, they're both 5 doors as well. Obviously, you can get a 3-door or saloon, or you can get an estate. You can get all kinds of ones, and you can get the cabrio as well. So, yeah, very, very nice. No problems in here really at all. The only problem is now I've got to get out of here, which I don't really want to have to fiddle with that, but otherwise I'll be staying in here all day. Actually got a very similar engine in this to a 206 Grand Tourism. It's a 2 litre as well, 16 valve. In this case 167 horsepower and opposed to 138, which is in a 206. Camber engine. This actually looks easier to work. I've got a lot more sort of under bonnet area, and there's a big old manifold on this, isn't it? It's big, isn't it? Yeah. Obviously, if you buy one of these, do make sure the cam belt's been done. Probably the best idea. Obviously, you need to remove the front wheel to do stuff like that, like you would on a 205. The other thing about these cars that you need to watch is they rust from the inside out. So you need to check the rear wheel arches very carefully and see if that started to happen. It's not inevitable. Actually, these cars were far better rust protected back in the 1990s than, say, something like at this time would be something like a Mazda 323 or something like that. They were much worse than the Peugeots. So actually, they survive reasonably well, these cars. But obviously, it's a long time since these were made, and so if you're going to buy one of these, and make sure that when you're buying is a nice standard car like this and not been horrifically modified. But yes, this is a really, really nice example. Obviously, Justin's really into nice cars. All his stuff is nice, and so I'm privileged to be having a go in this. Finally, I've wanted to have a go in one of these for quite some time, and it's a really, really nice example, this. In fact, let's get this really, really nice example on the road. Well, viewers, I have very much enjoyed my time with this car. It is superb. I like Justin's 406 V6 manual coupe I drove in 2021. I like that very much. I like his 206 Grand Tourisme that he has, or well, he has a couple, but the one I drove, I like it. This though is my absolute favourite. I don't know why. I like the 406 coupe very much, but I like this even more. I don't know why. By all rights, I shouldn't do. I like luxury and biscuit leather interiors like the one that he's got, but this is such a nice car. I didn't like the 1.4 306s I drove as much. One in 2023, one in 2024. I much prefer this. This is superb. It's probably one of the better hot hatches of the 1990s. You can see why so many people who would go for a 205 GTi to one of these and absolutely adored it, because I think this is superb. I'm more a kind of a Renault person than a Peugeot Citroën person, because I do have French family and that's what they sort of preferred back in the day, but this is a really, really nice car. Let's look at some trim levels now for the Phase 2 Peugeot 306. So we have the L, the LX, the GLX, the XS, the XSI, the GTi-6, the Rally, the Equinox, the Meridian, the Vivant, and the Miami. These cars were actually built in quite a number of different places, obviously down the road at Brighton on Dunsmore, but also in France, in Argentina, in Chile, Uruguay, Indonesia, Italy for the cabrio, Nigeria, and Ecuador. Some of those markets were just saloon only, actually. The car was made from 93 to 2001 for the hatches, and then 2002, I think, for the estate, and the 2003 for the cabriolet. Yeah, they're still around. You can pick them up for no budget reviews money if you want, but a GTi-6 Well, I've been told by Justin, this one which has been sort of partly restored and is really nice, just needs some finishing off really. He's worth around sort of £8,000. Not that he's wanting to sell it now because he's been after one of these for quite some time because they're very nice. Yeah, you can buy a GTi-6 for under £5,000. It won't be as nice as this, but they are out there if that's what you want. Anyway, thank you ever so much indeed once again for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, comment below, and we shall see you again very soon for some more reasonably priced nostalgic motoring.
1, 2, 3, 4. Every blue day, every day with blue skies.